my thoughts. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my heart.
What the hell is going on, people? This is Periodic, and you see the title of the video. We are back in global Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Let me repeat that again so I don't receive any comments down below saying, why isn't LR Rose Goku Black in this list? Why isn't LR Super Saiyan Goku Spirit Bomb Absorbed on this list? This is for global Dokkan Battle. So, you're only going to see global characters. And I even made a tier that says Japan only. So that is where those 5 units are. LR Broly, Chile, Lemu, LR Rose Goku Black, LR Gogeta, LR Vegeta, and LR Super Saiyan Absorbed Goku. Also, all the free-to-play LRs are in their own little category. And by the way, good lord, how big is that free-to-play LR category? That's actually impressive, in my opinion, how many free-to-play LRs there are now. It's pretty good. I do have to say, that's really, really good. I'm quite happy about that. Just because a lot of them are actually really freaking good. But anyway, this is our March 2020 LR tier list. I usually like to bust them out earlier in the month, but obviously we're in some crazy times, guys, so I haven't gotten around to doing it. I've had more important matters to take care of, so unfortunately it's coming out a little late, but still coming out in March, which is a good thing. You can expect the April one probably the 2nd or 3rd week of April. Anyway, let's get into it. The way that I rate them is it is not on a 1 to 10 system or 1 to 20 or whatever the case is. I rate them by tiers. So as you can see, I have Xeno tier, that's the top, Grand Priest tier, Beerus tier, Supreme Kai tier, King Kai tier, King Yemma tier. If you're a fan of Dragon Ball, you understand the power scaling there. You meet King Yemma first, then you meet King Kai, then you meet Supreme Kai, then you meet Beerus, then you meet Grand Priest, and then you meet Zeno. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zeno is the last one that you run into. Either way, the reason why I say I group characters into tiers is because in this game, there's really no way to determine if there's a best unit in the game. There's just no way. No matter what anybody tells you, you can't say, oh, LR Tech Vegeta is the best LR in the game. Oh, LR EGL Caulifla is the best LR in the game. Oh, LR Gobro is the best LR in the game. Because there's so many game modes that prioritize such different things, and certain units are better at certain game modes. And you can even argue, okay, let's just say if you're doing something like the Legendary Goku event, right? Obviously that event, characters that stack defense like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan are going to perform very, very well on that event. They're just going to take no damage later on. So how do you rate how good a character is at that event? Is it that you don't take damage and so you finish the event with almost full health? Is it how quickly you clear it? Because if that's the case, LR Gobros and LR Vegeta and LR Gogeta are going to clear it very, very quickly. Super Saiyan 2 AGL Gohan, not as much. But Super Saiyan 2 Gohan will have like no chance of dying, whereas the other ones can die, right? If you get super attacked before you're able to get some supers off yourself. Plus Vegeta and Gobros have like a type disadvantage towards the end. So how do you rate it? The characters I mentioned will clear it faster, but they have a chance of dying. Gohan will guarantee clear it, but you know, he's not going to clear it as fast. Who does it better? Who do you rate better? So this is all opinion based at the end of the day. Anybody who says this character is better than that character, unless if they're like categorizing it as like, okay, this character is better at Super Battle Road than this character because he does this, as opposed to, you know, oh, this character is just better. No, that's wrong. It's not just better. That's kind of like, and I'm not going to get into a tangent, I'm going to start on the list soon, but that's the reason why I don't like APT post, because it's like attack per turn in the best possible scenario. That's just not realistic. So it's like, oh, that's cool, the theoretical damage it can do, that's fun. but it does nothing for people. And unfortunately, people will look at those numbers and think, oh, that's what my character is supposed to do. That's how I should build it. And it's like, no, that's not how you should build it. It's just a for fun exercise of adding math together, right? That's all it is. That's literally all it is. Anyway, so first off, we're going into the King Yemma tier. So as you can see, we have quite a few LRs down here. And I think it's safe to say that in the King Yemma tier, we do have the Strength Broly. Sadly. And what's even crazier is I might actually keep him by himself in this particular tier. The reason why is because he is, to my knowledge, the only pay-to-play LR. I'm just brushing over all of these right now. Yeah, I'm almost positive he's the only pay-to-play LR that does not have percentage-based passive. His passive is when performing a super attack, he gains 80,000 attack, but he lowers 20,000 defense, and he launches an additional super attack. His normal super attack damages all enemies. His Mega Colossal super attack hits, you know, the first enemy, and then he'll guarantees himself additional super attack, which is his first one that does colossal damage. One way that you can argue this strength Broly as a little bit better is, since we're in a big percentage based leader skills and big percentage based support passives, that his negative 20,000 defense is not as bad because it's just a flat negative 20, right? So let's just say if he's at 80,000 defense, right? Because of leader skills, he's going to take 20,000 off of that, so he'll be at 60. But let's just say there's a support character on rotation that gives him 50% defense, right? He'll be over 100 or whatever the case is, well, he'll be at 60. So yeah, he would gain 30 of that, so he'll be at 90. So it's not horrible. It's not absolutely horrible, but you can still say the same thing for his attack. He's only gaining that 80,000 attack. It's not percentage based. So all those percentages are going to work exactly the same. It's just going to be off his base, and then he's just going to gain that 80,000 onto his base. And as numbers get higher and higher and higher, characters consistently hitting 5 million damage, he's just going to keep falling off more and more and more. The defense debuff won't matter as much, but sadly his offense buff won't matter as much as well. So his links are still great though: Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Berserker, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, and his category: Resurrected Warriors, Movie Boss, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Target Goku, Explosion of Anger, Revenge. Obviously the last three that I named are Japan only, but we will be getting them sometime soon. He's still usable, but he's a liability. Obviously he is the GOAT when we're talking about World Tournament, and my cat's probably going to bump into my microphone. Nope, he's just chilling. Okay. He's still the GOAT for World Tournament, so if you do pull him and you pull dupes, still be happy, because that means that you're going to be able to clear the World Tournament so much easier, because he's still a phenomenal unit. Okay, so I think we're actually going to go to... So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to go straight to King Kai tier, because I think Broly's going to be the only one in the King Yemma tier. So in the King Kai tier, I'm going to put the LR, Goten, and Trunks. And the reason I'm going to put the LR, Goten, and Trunks, and I might actually move them down to the King Yemma tier, to be quite honest. The reason that I'm moving them down there, and this video, I do have to give you a disclaimer. I'm going to be moving characters left and right because I don't feel like anyone should be married to the idea of a particular character being in a particular tier. Because as you get more data, figure stuff out, it's like you should never be like, all right, he's definitely this, and that's it. That's all that there is. It's like, no, things could change. So anyway, this Goten and Trunks, key +3 to 9 randomly at the start of turn, attack 120% when performing a super attack. Here's the thing with him, is that he has 3 different super attacks. He's got Fat Gotenks, he's got Super Saiyan Gotenks, and he's got Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So he's got a 50% chance for either Fat Gotenks or Skinny Gotenks at 12 to 7 key. When he does that, if he's Fat Gotenks, he lowers his own attack and causes colossal damage. When he's Skinny Gotenks, he lowers his attack and defense and causes colossal damage. 18 key, he's got a 70% chance for Super Saiyan 1 Gotenks, which raises defense by 30%. And then he's got a 30% chance for Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, which greatly raises attack and defense. Now, that Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, he's going to do a ton of damage. Absolutely phenomenal amounts of damage. He's got okay links. I mean, I guess in his, like if he's in youth category, if he's had hybrid Saiyans, then his links will be good. Innocence, Prodigies, Z Fighter, Shocking Speed, Budding Warrior, Shattering the Limit, Legendary Power. But they're not phenomenal, and he's just too wonky of a unit to be. Actually, I think I'm going to move him down to the King Yemma tier. I think I'm going to move him down with Broly, because at least Broly's pretty straightforward. You know, this Goten and Trunks, they really are just like, the majority of the time, you're going to not be doing much damage with them. When you do get the Super Saiyan 1 and the Super Saiyan 3, they're going to do great damage. But, yeah, I'm just not a fan of the lowering the own attack. That makes them really useless. And then lowering own attack and defense, that's like even worse. So, not a huge fan of the Goten and Trunks, but it is what it is. Okay, so we have 4 tiers above. So, let's see, LR Bardock. I am a fan of LR Bardock. So we're actually going to, I'm trying to think of who else I would want to put in that lower tier. I think what I'm going to do is put units that are very straightforward on some of these bottom tiers. So I'm actually going to move Vegeta over here into the King Kai tier. Now, you may be thinking, hey, the Goten and Trunks and the Majin Vegeta are very similar to each other, right? They both give themselves an attack buff when they're super attacking. With the Majin Vegeta, first off, his links are fantastic. Over in a flash, Shattering the Limit. He's got Super Saiyan. Saiyan Pride and Royal Lineage are great for other Vegeta units, particularly Saiyan Pride. That's 15% attack, which is great. It's like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta has it. You have freaking the LR Bardock has it. The Transforming Tech Vegeta is going to have it. Intelligence Vegeta has it. Like, there's a lot of units. Transforming Physical Vegeta has it. There's a lot of good Vegeta units that has that same pride. It's 15% attack, which is quite a bit. And then he's on a ton of categories, which is great. Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, Pure Saiyans, Vegeta's Family, Worthy Rivals. He'll be on the Super Saiyan 2 and the Last Resort category. And he's got a 10% chance to stun on his normal 12 to 17 key. Now, here's the thing with this Majin Vegeta, which is why I put him a tier above all those other units, is you only need to get 12 key for his Mega Colossal, which is fantastic. If you do 18 key, then it's going to be attack all enemies, but it's only going to be colossal damage. So that's great, because if you're doing 12 to 17 key, boom, Mega Colossal damage, 150% chance on the super, or 150% attack on the super attack, 10% chance to stun. That's not terrible. Like a 20% chance to stun. Okay, that's even better. Wow, rare chance is 20. Okay, that's not bad. 20% chance to stun is not terrible at all. So, apologize about me saying the 10, but the 20% chance is very, very good. So Majin Vegeta, definitely am comfortable with putting him there. And so we have 3 tiers above. So let's just go with, I apologize. I did not put him in the free-to-play. I mean, some wouldn't consider him free-to-play, but it is what it is. Alright, so next we're going to put Super Saiyan 3 Goku on the same level as the Majin Vegeta. And you're going to see like a lot of the older units are going to be in this tier because it just kind of makes sense. And this, I think this list is actually going to be a little bit different from my last one. So if you checked out my last video, my tier list of February, you may be able to discern some of the changes. So this guy gives himself 120% defense at the start of turn. And then when he does an ultra super attack, he gives himself 180% attack, but he loses 70% defense, which is unfortunate. So what ends up happening is he's left with 30% of his defense because the second part of his passive is calculated separately. So it ends up like hurting his defense even more. It's not an additive or it's not subtractive defense. It's a multiplicative. So he only ends up with 30% of his defense, which is a big blow. But I mean, when you do an ultra, that's 180% attack. So this guy again is someone that you really want to do 18 key on because he's going to do insane attack. And even if you don't get the 18 key, okay, at least he's going to have pretty high defense. 120% is pretty darn good. Unfortunately, you won't get attack boost, which kind of sucks. Now, his 12 key, again, that rare chance to stun, which is pretty good. When he does his 18 key, that ultra super attack, he's going to greatly lower defense, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it is what it is. His links are good for most Super Saiyan 3 characters, right? Shattering the Limit, Limit Breaking Form, Over in a Flash, Kamehameha, Experienced Fighters, Super Saiyan, Legendary Power. And then he's on the SS3 category, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Movie Heroes, Goku's Family, which is great, Kamehameha. He'll also be on Last Resort. And yeah, his leader skill, it is what it is, 100%. HP attack and defense for super tech, key 4. So he's good. His attack is insane. It gets up to like 22,000, which is very, very good. He just does a lot of damage. He's very one-dimensional, I guess you can say. He's very, very one-dimensional. Next, who would we put on this tier as well? I think this tier we may just sit there with that tier. I think there's going to be a lot of units in the next tier, huh? And again, we're probably going to swap around a little bit so as we fill it out. So let's grab this LR Bardock here. We're going to put him in the Supreme Kai tier. LR Bardock I'm still a very, very big fan of. There's 3 tiers above, huh? I might move him, but we're going to keep him here for now. Attack and defense 70%, plus an additional 30% when performing an ultra super attack, which is good. 4 key when facing only one enemy, an additional 60% defense when facing 2 or more enemies. So he's not terrible on Super Battle Road. And he's going to do a lot of damage when he's facing only one enemy because he's going to be able to 18 key quite a bit. And when he 18 key ultra super attacks, he seals, which is fantastic. When he's doing his normal 12 key, it's greatly raising attack for 1 turn. So that's also very, very good because that's a 50% increase on his super attack. So he's going to be able to do very good numbers and defend decently. It's not going to be an all-star defense, but he'll be decent when he's facing 2 units. He's got Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Team Bardock, Saiyan Pride, Prepare for Battle, Shattering the Limit, Legendary Power. He's on Low Class Warrior, Pure Saiyans, Goku's Family, and Team Bardock. Now, Pure Saiyans, Goku's Family, fantastic teams. Low Class Warrior, not so much. No matter what anybody tells you, it's not that great of a category. I mean, if I'm just going over the Low Class Warrior, it's just not many units on it, right? Like the new LRs, the new Raditz, the new Bardock, Turles, Intelligence Kid Goku, and that's it. That's it. So anyone who tells you like, oh, this team is good, no, it's not. It's not a good team. It's just silly to try to say that's a good team. It's not. But Pure Saiyan's one of the best teams in the game. Goku's Family, one of the best teams in the game. So those two really elevate him. Unfortunately, he's going to be combating with his spot now with the AGL transforming Bardock, who's a very, very good unit. So yeah, I think Supreme Kai tier will be good for him. And I think in the same spot, I'm going to have to move Beerus. So Beerus and Whis, very, very good units. I mean, At one point in the game, they were one of the hardest hitting units in the game. There's other units that have kind of surpassed them in this point. But, I mean, 80% attack, and after they get hit, they're going to increase their attack and defense for 60% for 5 turns. So they just do ridiculous amounts of damage. They do colossal damage. On their 12 key, recover 7% HP. On their 12 key, they're getting back 12% HP, which is great. The only problem is that they're links. They really only are going to be able to link with the Beerus that will be coming out, the physical Beerus, and the Strength Whis that will be coming out, and the Tech Beerus. That's about it. That's their best linking partners. So they're very restricted on who they can be next to. They have Godly Power, which is 15% attack, which is great with certain Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blues. Prodigies, 10% attack, which Vegeta has. Innocence, 10% attack. Most people that are going to have like Godly Power are not going to have Prodigies, or I'm sorry, or not going to have Innocence. Connoisseur, which is that 5% recovery that only like Whis and Beeruses have. Shocking Speed, which is good. Fierce Battle, which is good. Legendary Power. So in terms of like their links, you're only going to be able to combine maybe 2, maybe 3 links with most units, but most of the time 2 links. Fierce Battle and then Shocking Speed. Some units will have like Godly Power. Actually, I can take a look at that right now and see who actually links up with Beerus the best, because like I said, he's kind of restricted. So yeah, sharing 6 links will be the Tech Beerus and the Strength Beerus. Obviously, you can't run Strength Beerus. You're never going to run with him because the LR Strength Beerus is not on Worthy Rivals, so he won't be getting the passive buff. But the Tech Beerus shares 6 links with him. 5 links, a bunch of Beeruses and Champas you'll never use. 4 links, again, it's going to be LR Goten and Trunks. When will you ever use those 2 together? Never. 3 links, you have some more units. Intelligence LR Gohan, Physical LR Cell, LR Goku Frieza, LR Strength Frieza, LR Goku Arale, LR Androids, and then you're looking at like AGL God Goku, Strength, what's this guy's name? Topo, Strength Jiren, AGL Wrathful Broly, Physical Super Saiyan Broly, God Vegeta Strength, Vados, AGL, Final Form Frieza, and then that's about it. And then like every other unit in the game has like 2 links, and it's mainly Fierce Battle and like Shocking Speed, right? That's about it. Some of the LRs have like Fierce Battle and Legendary Power, and then that's it. So not a ton of units that are going to synchronize that well with him, so I will indeed keep him in that Supreme Kai tier. So I think another unit that I can put into that Supreme Kai tier will be the Strength, Mai, and Trunks. So I have this unit. I ran them for a bit, and unfortunately, they came out around the time where a lot of other great units were coming out, and so they kind of got relegated to the back burner. There's Time Travelers, 130% lead. There are better Time Traveler leaders, so you'll probably never use this dude's leader skill. He's got a medium chance of stunning the enemy on his 12 key and a high chance of stunning the enemy on his 18 key, which is great because that's essentially what a 30% chance on the 12 key and then a 50% chance on the 18 key. That's great. His passive skill, attack 70%. Here's where he gets wonky. He gains attack and defense up to 70% per Time Travelers category ally on the team. He gives himself 6 key and gives himself a 50% chance of dodging if he's facing a Future Saga category enemy. Now, there's not a lot of Future Saga category enemies, right? You're going to be looking at like the Future Gohans, the Goku Black and Zamasus, certain Vegetas and Gokus, like certain Super Saiyan Blue Vegetas and Gokus, not many, and then certain Trunks, Future Trunks. So there's not a ton of units that you're going to be facing off that have those particular, that are in the Future Saga category, unfortunately. But when you are, then you're pretty god tier, right? 50% chance of dodging, giving yourself 6 keys, so you're almost always going to have that 18 key super attack going off, because think about it, that's 3 key from both leader skills. You're at 6 already. Another 6 puts you at 12. So then you just need to get another 6 to get to Ultra. So that's pretty darn good. And then, you know, link skills and passives and all that stuff. So he can hit pretty darn hard. 3-4 million. Pretty solidly. And he can defend okay. He's not a bad defensive unit. 70%, not terrible, right? His link skills could be helped. Brainiacs, Cold Judgment for 20% defense. Prepared for Battle, which is good. Key link there. Courage, which is 1 key. That's pretty bad. Dismal Future, which is 1 key. Okay. Some other Trunks have it. Goku Black, Zamasu's have it. Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. His category: Future, Time Travelers, Join Forces, Revenge. Now, Revenge obviously isn't here in the game yet, but Future, Time Travelers, Join Forces. If you're running Future and Time Travelers, great. You're going to have a ton of Time Travelers units on those two categories because Future and Time Travelers have so much crossover. Unfortunately, if you're running Join Forces, not so much. There's not many units that can be utilized for his passive. So he's kind of like, there's no time you'll ever put him on Joint Forces. It's really just Future and Time Travelers. And because of that restriction, I think Supreme Kai tier is good enough for him. It's kind of like his cap, in my opinion. Alright, we still have a lot of LRs to go, and we're already 27 minutes into this video, so let's try to speed it up a little bit. So should I go into the next tier? No, okay, so we will put LR Gohan in this category here. The reason why I'm putting him into this particular tier is one reason only. He is a paper cannon. He is a paper thin cannon. This boy does so much damage. Passive skill, 18% attack plus 1 key whenever you grab a key sphere. So I'll say that again. You're gaining 2 key from any key sphere you get, 3 when you're getting a purple one, and 18% attack for every key sphere you get. So he just does absurd amounts of damage. His 12 key is going to do mega colossal damage. His 18 key greatly raises attack for 1 turn. That is a 50% increase, in case you're wondering. His attack links, Super Saiyan. He's going to have Kamehameha. He's going to have a Fierce Battle. And then he's got Gaze of Respect for 2 key, not that great. Prepare for Battle, 2 key. Shocking Speed, 2 key. You can honestly move him from Supreme Kai tier to King Kai tier if you wanted to, and I wouldn't be mad at it. The only reason I have him up this high is because his damage is absolutely absurd, and he's on 10 million categories. He's on Hybrid Saiyans. He's on Full Power. He's on Goku's Family. He's on Youth. He's on Android Cell Saga. He's on Kamehameha. He's on Bond of Master and Disciple. He'll be on Super Saiyan 2, and he'll be on Explosion of Anger. And his super attack animation is dope. That shouldn't be a reason. But, yeah, I would probably put him closer to King Kai tier. But, again, he's on so many categories. His damage, I'm pretty sure he can out-damage both Majin Vegeta and LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So I think I'll keep him in that Supreme Kai tier. Now, should I put him in the Beerus tier? I think I will move him into the Beerus tier. So, Physical Cell has risen up in the rankings, and he's risen up for one reason and one reason alone, which is what I mentioned for Intelligence Gohan, but this is the opposite. It's not the reason why a character is being held down, it's a reason why a character is going up. And it's simply because of Super Battle Road. So, this guy, I used him before in Super Battle Road, but I started playing Super Battle Road again a bit more, and he's a beast in SBR. Now, he can still get hit insanely hard, but he does a truck ton of damage in SBR. He also is recovering 10% HP when he's 12 key super attacking, and he's raising his attack for 1 turn. So that's what, a 30% raise? Yeah, when he's super attacking. And if he's facing like 5-6 enemies, that's 50-60% extra attack plus 5 to 6 key. His links Gentleman, which is always rough, but 2 key. Messenger for the Future, 500 attack. Those 2 links are pretty bad. But Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed is good. Ultimate Life Form, again, pretty dead link. Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. His links, his categories: Android Transformation Boost, Time Travelers, Joint Forces, Artificial Life Forms, and Android Cell Saga. This might be my most controversial increase, and I wouldn't be surprised if I use him more in like other style events and bring him back down. Bring him back down to like King Kai tier, right? I could possibly do that. Because is he better than Bardock, Beerus, Trunks of Mai, and Intelligence Gohan? I don't think so. Actually, you know what? I think that's too big of a jump. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring him down. I'm going to bring him down. Yeah, I think so. I was favoring one game mode way too much, and so yeah, I don't think it's worth that. Okay, so let's move along. Physical Cell, though, I used to have him in King Yemma tier, so he's moved up 2 spots. That's good. That's definitely good. This is where it's going to get a little bit tricky, because this is where it's going to get tricky. Next, I'm going to put LR Bojack here in Beerus tier. This man I've been such a fan of for years at this point. This LR Bardock, this LR Bojack is a top tier LR that people sleep on constantly. I mean, this dude does it all. Attack and defense 80% in his passive, plus an additional 70% attack boost if you're at full health, 60% if you go down to 90% HP, 80% or 70% attack boost, 60% if you're at 90% HP, 50% if you're at 80% HP, 40% if you're at, you understand. And then he actually gains extra defense the higher health you are, or the less health you are. So it's at 70% health when you're at like 10% HP, I believe. So yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, so that's exactly how it works. So he's very, very strong. He's going to do insane damage in the beginning, and then he's going to be very tanky towards when you're losing health. His 12 key greatly lowers defense, but his 18 key, guys, his 18 key Mega Colossal Damage raises extreme class allies attack by 40% for 1 turn. That is baller stuff right there. This dude's actually really good. The thing that holds him back from being in the Grand Priest here is his links. He's got Big Bad Bosses, that's good. Revival, that's pretty good. 2 key right there. Thirst for Conquest, not bad. 50% attack, that's good. Shattering Limit, 2 key, that's good. Legendary Power, yep, expected. But Galactic Warrior and Heraclan is 2 key. Galactic Warrior is 20%. Those are strong links, but like only these characters have that. Only the Bojack, the other units of his clan there. I don't know why I forgot all of their names. Beto and Gokua and what was the girl's name? Zangia, and then I forgot the dude with the turban's head. Turban name. But literally they're the only ones that have it. Like, that is awful. Bujin. Okay, that's his name. So Gokua, Bujin, Beto, and Zangia. There we go. I was close. But yeah, so that's why he's going to be relegated to the Beerus tier, but he is very, very strong. Did I say his categories? Resurrected Warriors, Movie Bosses, Full Power, Time Travelers, Joint Forces, Terrifying Conquerors. Fantastic. I love those categories. They're very, very good. What else is going to be in the Beerus tier? We are going to move... There's going to be a lot of units in the Beerus tier, actually. We're going to put LR Trunks into the Beerus tier. Now, LR Physical Trunks is someone who, if you put almost all additional into this boy, he is a golden god. The reason for that is, first off, he has a 50% chance to crit. Alright? That's fantastic. 50% chance to crit. 120% attack. Okay? Not much defense, but that's fine, because if you're putting a ton of additional into him, his 12 key super raises defense by 30% for 3 turns. His 18 key super raises defense by 30% for 3 turns. So if you're getting multiple, let's just say you get 2 super attacks, then 1 super attack, then 2 super attacks, right? That's what, 150% defense right there that you raised it up to? That's pretty solid. So he's going to be able to get decently tanky when he's constantly doing super attacks. And the fact that he's got a 50% chance to crit, fantastic. His links are good too. Royal Lineage, Cold Judgment, okay, that's good. Defense 20%, we'll take that. Super Saiyan for that 10% attack, Shocking Speed, 2 key, Prepare for Battle, 2 key, Shatter the Limit, and then Legendary Power. He's on a ton of categories as well. You got Hybrid Saiyans, Future Saga, Time Travelers, Vegeta's Family, Super Saiyans, Android Cell Saga, Bond Master, Disciple. Like, this dude is on 1,000,010 categories, right? So it's very, very good. So I like that. I like that a lot. He's pretty solid. He's one of the older LRs, and yet he's still very, very good. You can use him on a ton of different teams. He came out in August 2017 in Japan, and then 2018, January 2018. So over 2 years old for global, but he's still pretty good choice. So don't be mad if you pull him. On the same tier, LR Goku Black and Zamasu. So it's crazy that some of these old LRs are still so high up there. I mean, this guy can just do so much, this pair here. At one point, they were the best unit in the game. Obviously, there's been a lot better characters that have come out, but I mean, these dudes were fantastic. Their 12 key super attack raises defense by 30% for 3 turns. Their 18 key super attack raises defense by 30% for 6 turns. So he can actually become a defensive beast. And every time, I apologize about my loud chair, but every time he gets hit, he's going to gain 30% attack up to 120. So you get hit 4 times, you're capped 120% attack. You're gaining that 30% defense, stacking for 6 turns, which is absolutely fantastic. And, oh, guess what? When you come into rotation, you're gaining 15% HP. Like, what? That is actually fantastic. I wonder if I actually want to move him up to the Grand Priest here. I'll keep him here for now. His link skills: Fear and Faith, Nightmare, Prepare for Battle, Dismal Future, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Categories: Realm of Gods, Patara, Future Saga, Time Travelers, Joined Forces. Great categories, great links. His links are just picture perfect with so many different, like, evil Zamasu, Goku Black units. So he's just the best friend with a ton of different units. Just a great, great card. Love his design, love his passive, love his super attack. He's just well-made card. Yeah, so he's still really, really good. I think I will keep him there for now. Now, also on this tier, again, there's going to be quite a few units. We're going to put the LR Frieza, the full power Frieza is making it into this list here. So why is this man in this list? Well, he can do quite a bit of damage on this tier. Latch Ditch attack Frieza. So he's doing his 12 key super attack. He's actually losing 8% HP, but his 18 key super attack, he's greatly raising attack for 1 turn. Now, the reason why he's losing HP is because this man gets stronger the less HP you have, but that doesn't make him weak in the beginning. So he's going to give himself 2 key, 80% attack and defense. Pretty good stats. Prodigies for that 10% attack link. Universe's Most Malevolent, 15% attack link. Strongest Clan in Space, 2 key. Big Bad Bosses, Over in a Flash, 3 key. Fierce Battle, 15%, and then Legendary Power. If you drop below 90% HP, you're going to be at 3 key, 90% attack, 80% defense. If you drop below 70% HP, then you're going to be at 4 key, 100% attack, 80% defense. If you drop below 50% HP, you're going to be at, I'm sorry, that's going to be adding, because you're going to keep on adding it. So that was going to be 5 key, and you're going to be at 110% attack. I apologize. If you're dropping below 50% HP, then that means that you're going to be at 7 key, and you're going to be at 130% attack, 80% defense. And then finally, when you drop below, 30% HP, you're going to guarantee crit, plus another 2 key on top of that, so that's 9 key, and then you'll be at, what, 150% attack? So that's 20, 40, 60, plus the 80, so 150% attack, and then that 80% defense. So you actually do way more damage the lower you get, which is really good. And then that guaranteed crit. Unfortunately, it's after 30%. It would have been nice if it was 40%. But what can you do? We don't make the game. Planet Namek Saga, full power, transformation boost, Wicked Bloodline, Terrifying Conqueror's Last Resort. I mean, even at 100% HP, he's still going to do a truckload of damage. So he's a very, very good unit indeed. We are also going to put... Who else on this list? Oh, of course, LR Baby. Completely forgot about LR Baby. LR Baby, again, is another unit that's heavily underrated. So key +4, attack, HP, and defense 130% for artificial life forms. I think we're still waiting for a true leader. Yes, we are, sadly. We have no 150% or 170% leads for it. But he lowers attack on his 12 key, lowers attack and defense on his 18 key, gives himself 3 key, attack and defense 100% across the board. That's great. And then if he's facing a Pure Saiyan's category enemy, he's going to gain another 3 key and 50% attack, which is good. So now you're at 150% attack, which is great. If he's facing Hybrid Saiyans, he's going to give himself 3 key and attack 50%. So same thing, right? If you're facing both, that gets mashed up together. So he'll be at 9 key and 200% attack. He's got a chance, 50% chance of turning into a giant ape when your HP is 40% or less. His link skills: Thirst for Conquest, Metamorphosis, Big Bad Bosses, GT, Hatred of Saiyans, Shattering the Limit, Legendary Power, Category Giant Form, Transformation Boost, Artificial Life Forms, Terrifying Conquerors, Target Goku, Last Resort, and Revenge. Again, the last 3 will be coming into the game fairly soon. Next, we're moving the GT Trio into the Beerus tier. Now, the GT Trio is very good. Unfortunately, I still have yet to pull them on my Global or JP account, but I have a few friends that have it, and so I always ask for opinions on them. They give themselves attack and defense 77% when they're super attacking, plus an additional 77% if it's an ultra super attack, plus depending on how many Dragon Ball Secret category allies they have on a team, they're going to gain 1 key per. So that's good. Their 12 key does 33% defense, and their 18 key increases 33% defense for 3 turns. So that's very good because they can be a pretty solid defensive unit if you're, super attacking multiple times. And then they're going to do a ton of damage if you're getting off ultra super attacks. Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Rival Duo GT, Prepare for Battle, Shadow the Limit, and Legendary Power. And then Dragon Ball Seekers and Joint Forces are, sadly, they're only 2 categories, but it is what it is. They're very, very good. So solid, do a ton of damage. They can be defensive if they want to be, and yeah, they're just pretty darn good. So I think we're actually going to move on to the next tier. Do I want to move on to the next tier already? There's a lot of units that I'm going to kind of... I wonder if I want to add 1 tier real fast. I think I'm going to add 1 tier. As a Grand Priest, add 1 below. And so this is going to be a Whis tier. Whis Vados tier. Okay, Whis Vados tier. I'm going to put the LR androids because the LR androids are pretty darn busted. 150% android lead, key +1, attack and defense 78% for themselves, 25% chance of dodging if your HP is 66% or more. So it's like, hold on, what? You're just giving them 25% chance dodge if you're full health? And their support unit, androids category key +2, attack 40%. So it's like, wait, androids need more support units? They already have 15 million. That's actually insane. So fantastic, right? 12 key lowers attack and defense, 18 key lowers attack and defense. But here's the thing: if you if your HP is 66% or less, and you have 2 androids on the team, then you can transform into Android 16 for 3 turns. Now also, it can be activated if you're facing a cell. You don't have to have the androids on the team. If you're facing a cell, you can activate this. But it is an active skill, it's an exchange, and it's not automatic, so you can do it whenever you want. And when he turns into Android 16, where Android 16 steps forward, his 12 key greatly raises defense and lowers attack and defense. His 18 key greatly raises attack, sacrifices 6% HP. Now, his passive, 6 key attack and defense 200%, 50% chance to perform a crit, and if he's facing an Android Cell Saga category enemy, then he's got a guaranteed additional super attack. His links in this form: Infinite Energy, Android Assault, Rival Duo, Tough as Nails, Soul vs. Soul, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. He's insanely powerful in this form. His links when he's just a normal, he actually gains Rival Duo and loses out on the Tough as Nails. No, he still has Rival Duo, so he gets what? Shocking Speed? Yeah, he loses Shocking Speed but gains Tough as Nails. So yeah, Shocking Speed, very good in this instance, yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. Who else am I going to put in this tier? I will put LR God Goku, who is a monster of a unit, especially in shorter events. In shorter events, he's like actually one of the best units in the game. He's fantastic just because of like his, I don't want to say gimmick, but his passive, right? His passive is very good. Now, he's going to greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn on his 12 key, greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns on his 18 key, but he gives himself 77% attack. He gives himself up to 5 key and up to 55% defense per Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans category allies, which, seeing as he's on Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Goku's family, and Kamehameha, that's going to be filled with Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans, right? So it's 1 key and 11% defense per unit, which is fantastic. He also, for the first 7 turns, 50% chance to dodge, 50% chance to crit, which is pretty wild. So he's going to hit very hard for those first 7 turns and just take no damage for the first 7 turns. And then afterwards, he's going to be pretty solid because he's got great links: Over the Flash, Shattering the Limit, Legendary Power, Kamehameha, Super Saiyan, Warrior Gods, Godly Power, like just a great unit who's just going to be able to do a ton of damage, defend well if you're getting a lot of 18 key super attacks, so his defense is going to be very good, and yeah, it's just he's just great for those first 7 turns, and then he's really good afterwards. So that's that, man. That's Whis and Vados tier. Now, who else do I want to put in this Whis and Vados tier? I think I will actually put these 2 units into the Whis and Vados tier. Now, the reason why I'm going to put the 2 fusion units, because they're essentially the same character. They're just slightly different. So if we go to the Gogeta first, who I grabbed, the physical Goku and Vegeta, they're both Angel, right? So they're the fusion category leader. They have attack and defense 120%, and then they gain 2 key for physical rainbow orbs. So that's amazing, right? So they're getting 3 key per per rainbow key. They're going to gain 3 key per rainbow key sphere obtained. So that's just fantastic. They're going to do 12. Their 12 key is just a normal colossal attack, and then their 18 key is raised his attack for 1 turn. Now, when you drop below 50% HP, you're going to turn into Gogeta. Gogeta, attack and defense 150%, attack effective against all types, 3 key for any rainbow orbs. So that's 4 key that you're going to be getting off of rainbow orbs. When you're in the normal form, it's 3 key. When you're in this form, you're gaining 4 key because it's 3 plus the 1 that you get for the orb, right? And then in his first form, it's 2 plus the rainbow orb. Sorry if I made that a little confusing, but while he's in his Gogeta, 12 or 18 key lowers attack and defense. Not great, but it is what it is. He's just a beast. Like, he does so much damage. When he's in his normal form with the Goku Vegeta, he's got Kamehameha, Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Experienced Fighters, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, and then when he goes into Gogeta, he's going to gain Fused Fighter, and he's going to lose out on Experienced Fighters. He's on Fusion category, Joint Forces, Movie Hero, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, and then the coming out soon, Otherworld Warriors and Last Resort. So this dude is a monster. And then if we take a look at the Vegeta, the Vegeto, who's pretty much the same exact version. It's just that he does Patara as the lead. And when you go, and I think he's actually got the same links: Kamehameha, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Experienced Fighters, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. When he transforms, then he's going to counter if he gets normal attacked. So counter with tremendous power, and then everything else is pretty much the same. The only difference is when he's in his Vegito form, his 18 key raises allies' attack by 30%. So you probably want to put him on a slightly better pedestal, but just barely. Like, it's not even that big of a deal. Anyway, Whis tier, I think I'm going to do something a little... Oh, actually, yeah. So we're going to put LR Intelligence Cell on this tier as well. Now, the LR Intelligence Cell is a fantastic unit, but unfortunately his passive skill is very tricky. Just like the Strength Cell, you got to be below 30% HP to trigger his passive skill, which is kind of rough because when he transforms, he becomes an absolute monster. But even not transformed, he's not bad. Like, his attack and defense 80%. He raises defense by up to 80%. The more HP remaining, the greater the defensive boost. And then he gives himself 1 key and 20% attack per existing enemy. So again, a great Super Battle Road unit. Very, very good. And he will evolve, aka transform, if you go below 30% HP. So his 12 key super greatly lowers defense. 18 key super greatly raises attack. When he by the way, his links, Gentleman, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha, Ultimate Life Form, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. When he transforms, he turns into Perfect Cell. Massively lowers defense on his 12 key. 18 key lowers attack and defense. He's going to fully recover HP. Just like the Vegeta and Gogeta. By the way, I didn't mention that. When they fuse below 50% HP, they gain all your health back. The Intelligence Cell does the same thing. When you go below 30% health, you gain all your health back. Gives himself 120% attack and defense, 4 key. And then if he gains 4 keys or key spheres or more, he's going to gain an additional 20% attack. And then if he gains 6 key spheres, he's going to gain an additional 20% attack and defense on top of that. So he's going to go from attack and defense 120% to 100. It's actually calculated separately. I apologize. So it's going to be 44% is really what he's going to gain from it. So he's going to go from 120 to 162, and then he'll go 44, so that'll be 88. So that'll be what, 208 with if he gains 6 key spheres or more. And then lastly, it'll be 252 attack if he gains 8 key spheres or more. So insane attack. Defense will also be very good. If he's at that 8 key obtained, then he's going to be at 208% defense. So very good, right? And he's lowering attack. So that's very, very awesome. So when he's transformed, he's an absolute beast. Even when he's not transformed, he's still pretty darn good. And the fact that you gain health back, you can't be mad at that. We're actually going to put the Vegeta on the Whis tier. This is something I don't want to do because I love Vegeta. I do love Vegeta, but unfortunately he only raises his defense on his 18 key and not his 12 key, and that's the reason why I'm going to have to separate him and the Goku. Now, he's the Vegeta family lead, massively raises attack from 1 turn on his 12 key, massively raises attack and defense on his 18 key, and that is a 50%? No, massively is 100%. I believe. Yes, 100% attack and defense on his 18 key. 100% attack on his 12 key. His passive skill starts with 80% defense, gains 20% attack per turn, up to 80, and he's going to gain 3 ki for every rainbow or, for every rainbow orb, he's going to get 3 ki, 4 ki for every strength orb. He's got a 25% chance of evading enemy super attack and countering. He's also got an active skill, which you can use from the 4th turn of battle. Just gives himself 100% extra attack and causes ultimate damage. So it's insane. Super Saiyan, Saiyan Roar, Prepare for Battle, Saiyan Pride, GT, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, category, Shadow Dragon, Pure Saiyans, Vegeta's family, worthy rivals. So I went with the Vegeta there. That means that I'm going to move the Goku up above him into Grand Priest tier. Now the Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is insanely powerful. The reason why the Goku is above the Vegeta is because he massively raises his defense on his 12 ki and then does the attack and defense on the 18 ki. So that means that after he super attacks, even if you just get the 12 ki, which sometimes that happens, if you don't have a good linking, rotation, then he's not going to get absolutely one shot. His passive skill starts at 80% attack and then gains 20% defense. Same thing with the orbs, Rainbow, and AGL this time. Same thing with the 25% chance to counter super attacks. Same thing with the active skill, right? Same link skills, actually, or for the most part. Super Saiyan, Saiyan Roar, Prepare for Battle, Kamehameha, GT, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. He's on Shadow Dragon, Pure Saiyans, Goku's family, and Kamehameha. So that's why I have him above. Now, next, we're going to move this Gohan here. One of the best defensive units in the game. Also does an insane amount of damage. His normal 12 ki super attack raises defense on his normal 12 ki, stacking defense. His 18 ki stacks defense. His passive skill 100% attack and defense, and then he's actually going to gain 1 ki and attack and defense 10% every turn. So he'll be at 5 ki, 70% attack and defense on top of his 100% attack and defense, which is absolutely fantastic. And this is just his first form, right? So that's really good for an LR, even if that was just what he stayed at. But his passive skill, his active skill, Awakening, is one of the worst in the game. But when he does awaken, he's probably one of the strongest characters in the game. So what I mean by that is his conditions for awakening. He's got to have less than 58% health. He's got to have Android 16 on the team, and then he'll be able to awaken. Or he's got to be under 50% HP, and he has to have an Android category ally or Android enemy, and then that'll happen on the 5th turn. Okay, so either he's got Android 16 on his team, you can transform immediately once you drop below 58% HP, or you have to have either an Android category ally on your team or an Android enemy, and then you can transform starting from the 5th turn. His link skills: Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, Golden Warrior, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. He's on so many categories: Hybrid Saiyans, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Goku's Family, Youth, Super Saiyans, Android Cell Saga, Kamehameha, Bond of Master and Disciple, Super Saiyan 2, Explosion of Anger, the last 2 coming out soon. When he does awaken, he's absolutely insane. His 12 ki greatly raises defense for 1 turn, 18 ki greatly raises attack and defense. He gains 20% attack and 7% defense per ki, plus an additional 1 ki on top of any ki he gets, so that's 2 ki for normal ones, 3 ki for blue. He randomly changes ki spheres of a certain type to rainbow when he's only facing 1 enemy. He launches an additional super attack when facing multiple enemies. And if you have a Super Saiyan Goku in your turn, then his Ultra Super Attack will do 59% extra attack. So he ends up being like one of the strongest characters in the game at that point. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. His attack can get up to ridiculous, ludicrous levels. Let's just put it like that. The last person on this Grand Priest tier is going to... Actually, I'm lying to you. One of the last characters on this Grand Priest tier is going to be Super Saiyan Broly. So he's the Resurrected Warriors leader. Attack and defense 90% when super attacking, plus an additional 50% if it's an Ultra Super Attack. Launches an additional super attack when facing 2 or more enemies. So he's a SBR beast. He transforms on the 4th turn, which is great because you don't have to have any kind of crazy requirement. It's literally just, hey, 4th turn, just like the Super Saiyan Broly. He's just going to transform. Fantastic. 12 key lowers enemies' defense. 18 key greatly lowers enemies' defense. Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Berserker, Prepare for Battle, Super Saiyan, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. When he transforms, he turns into the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. He greatly lowers defense, and then massively lowers enemies' defense. Gives himself 100% attack and defense when super attacking, plus an additional 88% if it's an Ultra. If you're facing only one enemy, he's going to guarantee an additional attack, and it's a 25% chance of it being a super attack. If he's facing 2 or more enemies, and then it's a guaranteed super attack. His active skill gives himself 24 key and 48% attack for a turn, which is absolutely insane. He's on Resurrected Warriors, Movie Bosses, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Super Saiyans. He'll be on target, Goku, Explosion of Anger, and Revenge. I mean, the sheer amount of damage that this man can put out on a consistent basis is actually insane, hence why he is up there in Grand Priest tier. Who's also up there in Grand Priest tier? LR Goku Frieza, who is still one of the hardest hitting LRs in the game. So 12 key lowers attack, 18 key lowers attack and defense, gives himself attack and defense 77% when they are attacking. Doesn't have to be super attack, just has to be attacking, which is good. Plus an additional 77% attack when performing an Ultra, and an additional 77% attack when the enemy is in attack down status, which they inflict, which is great. Over into Flash, Experienced Fighters, Rival Duo, Shocking Speed, Tournament Power, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. They're on Universal Survival Saga, Full Power, Representative Universe 7, Joint Forces. They just do ridiculous amounts of damage. Their defense is okay. It's not great. Anybody who tells you that they have great defense is literally trolling. I had an argument with an APT person on Reddit who are trying to say that their defense consistently is better than LR Kale Caulifla and LR Gohan, which is laughable. Like, that is just... I can't believe that you can say that. Honestly, that's like saying 2 plus 2 is 5. Believe me, I know. No, that's wrong. Their defense is not great. 77% of defense is not great. It's good enough. Okay, it's good enough. But their bread and butter is damage, 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 damage. They just do insane damage. And yeah, just that's it. The and is more damage. All right, final 2. Just like my last video, LR Kale Caulifla, LR Go Bros, still the kings and queens of Dokkan Battle. Main reason, I'm not even going to go into their stats. Actually, yeah, we might as well. I mean, we already broke the 1 hour mark. The main reason I'm just pulling up their stats right now is they just do so damn much. It's absolutely ridiculous how much they do. Okay, so the Go Bros, first off, their leader skill is probably the best in the game. Siblings bond plus Goku's family. They 12 key greatly raise attack, 18 key greatly raise attack. They give themselves attack and defense 58%. Launches an additional attack guaranteed. 25% chance to become a super attack. So they're always going to launch an additional attack. It's got a 25% chance to become a super attack. Every time they attack, which is minimum 2 a turn, they're going to give themselves 1 key and attack and defense 20% or 10%. So that means that every turn they're going to give themselves 2 key minimum and 20% attack and defense minimum, up to 5 key and 100% attack and defense. It also disables Rampage, but who cares about that, right? Remember that attack and defense 10% is calculated differently. It's calculated separately. So it's actually an increase of 15.8% attack. So after 10 attacks, which at max would be 5 turns, at max, they're going to be at 216% attack and defense. But really, you're going to have additional in them. So at least one of those times, 2 of those times, they're going to get additionals. So it could really be 2 to 3 turns. they'll be at 216% attack and defense. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Their passive skill, or their active skill, I'm sorry, is also not that hard to obtain. First off, you have to wait 3 turns. Okay, that's fine. You have to drop below 59% HP. Alright, not terrible. And you have to only be facing one enemy. Alright, doable. They massively raise attack and cause ultimate damage. Insane amounts of damage. Right now, at this moment, I'd probably say they are the fastest. Yeah, they've cleared Legendary Goku event the fastest. There's a video on Reddit, if you can find it, the Dokkan Battle subreddit, where a team with the LR Go Bros, Rainbowed LR Go Bros, finishes the Legendary Goku event in 6 minutes. I'll say that again. No mods. These dudes finished it in 6 minutes. Now, it's a lot of luck, because they were able to get a ton of additionals, a ton of crits. So they got lucky on the RNG side. But anyone who could do that in 6 minutes, they did it faster than the LR Tech Vegeta that came out on Japan during the 5-year anniversary. So these guys are insane. And also on the same tier is Super Saiyan 2 Kale Caulifla. The best defensive unit in the game. And it's not just defensive, it's the best damage mitigation units in the game, because they're 12 and 18 key raised defense. Okay, that's great. Gohan does the same thing. Why is Gohan a Grand Priest tier and Kale Caulifla on Xeno tier? Well, 2 reasons. Number 1, this passive skill is actually phenomenal. Attack and defense, 66%. Guaranteed additional attack. Every time. Guaranteed additional attack. Key +1. Chance of dodging with each attack of performance. So, up to 6 key. So every key you do, or every attack you do, which remember, you're going to do minimum 2 attacks. So you're going to gain minimum 2 key every attack. So, or every turn. So that's 6 key, the cap, in 3 turns. And then, minimum 3 turns, right? Maximum 3 turns. Maximum 3 turns. So, also, you're going to gain 6% dodge every time you attack. So that's minimum 12% dodge, because if you do another additional on top of your guaranteed additional, they're going to be at 18% dodge for 1 turn, right? That caps at 66% dodge. 66% dodge is crazy. 66% dodge. That's 11 attacks, which would be 6 turns. Which, again, if you're getting lucky with additionals, could be anywhere from 3 to 6 turns that you'll be at capped at 66% dodge. So 3 turns, a maximum for 6 key, and then 6 turns maximum for 66% dodge. That's not all. If you have a Universe 6, a Joint Forces, or Pure Saiyans category ally on the team, you're going to get 10% attack per. If it's a unit that's on 2 of the same categories, so for example, if you have a TUR, Kale Caulifla, who's on Universe 6, Joint Forces, Pure Saiyans, you'll gain 30% attack. 10, 10, 10. Alright? Same thing with anybody else. If you're looking at someone like the Strength Kaioken Goku, he's on Pure Saiyans, he'll have 10% attack. But if you're looking at, I'm trying to think of Joint Forces and Pure Saiyans, who would be on Pure Saiyans and Joint Forces? Oh, what's their names? Why can't I think? Broly and Periodik. They're on Pure Saiyans and they're on Joint Forces. That's 20% attack just from them, right? 20% attack just from them. That's not all. That's not all. They're going to guarantee an additional super attack on top of their guaranteed normal attack if they're facing a Universal Survival Saga enemy. Or a Pure Saiyans enemy. Oh, and guess what? If it's a Pure Saiyan Universal Survival Saga, like UI Goku, Master Ultra Instinct Goku, Kaioken Goku, they're going to normal attack, which has a chance of becoming super attack, and then guarantee 2 super attacks on top of it. So you're going to super attack, you're going to have a chance of super attacking, it's going to be a normal attack with a chance of super attacking, and then 2 guaranteed super attacks. Link skills: Super Saiyan, Battlefield Diva, Warriors of Universe 6, Tournament Power, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, Categories: Peppy Gals, Universal Survival Saga, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Joint Forces, Universe 6, Super Saiyan 2, which will be coming out very soon, which is going to be a broken category. Anyway, that is everything, guys. That is all the LRs in the game. As you can see, still rocking the top spots. Kalen Caulifla, Go Bros. Thank you for watching this video. Sorry it went on so long, but hey, I could talk about these units all night, and it really is. It's like 1:40 in the morning, but it is what it is. Hey, if you haven't subscribed already, which about 70% of you haven't, which is insane to me, consider what you're doing with your life. Go ahead and gently rub that subscribe button, gingerly ring that bell button, centrally kiss the like button. As always, this is Periodic. See y'all in the next video.